Hi, everybody. Welcome. On the 15th, 16th May, we've got a full moon, total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. It's at 25 degrees. So you might want to check where that falls in your chart, which life area is being activated. This is also known as a blood moon because Scorpio is one of those signs that is intense, complex, deep, probing, has very definite reasons for its actions. So when we get a total lunar eclipse, we're going to be dealing with all the major aspects of scorpionic energy. So what are they? Makes me smile really, because Scorpio doesn't mind messing around with the blood and the guts of things. Pisces, no, they're much better in aftercare. But Scorpio wants to get involved. So lunar eclipses bring things to light. It's a full moon energy. Anything that's been hidden, that's been suppressed, that you might have been pushing, sweeping under your carpet, there's a good chance that it will come out at this time for you to look at it, for you maybe to discard it. Maybe it's something toxic, something poisonous. It might be a relationship. It might be something to do with how you're taking care of yourself. It might be to do with a work situation. There are many permutations here. But whatever's been held down is likely to come up for examination. So you might want to start thinking about, what are the things I'm putting off dealing with? What do I know I really kind of need to deal with? But I have these sort of to-do lists, and often there are certain things on that to-do list that last for months. They get transferred onto the next one and the next one and the next one, until suddenly there's an urgency and I've got to deal with it. So what's on your to-do list that's been there for a while that may come up for healing at this time, that may come up for your attention, in order so that you can, and it may be a psychic thing that's pulling on you. Yeah, very often Scorpio is psychic, emotional bonds and ties and vows and things that you might have made that are holding you stuck and not enabling you to move freely. So it will be worth, as uncomfortable as it might be, it will be worth going into the blood and guts of something, really looking at it and not allowing yourself to be frightened or intimidated or controlled or manipulated. These are all words that could be used in this scorpionic context. Now, the key feature of this total eclipse is we've got a T-square going on. The sun and moon are opposite, and Saturn is in a T-square to the sun and moon. So Saturn is the focal planet, and it's in fixed signs. So Saturn is, if you like, the linchpin here. And Saturn is always involved with lessons. So here are some of the lessons you might be working with. Patience. Your patience may be tested. Learning to slow down. Not to have to rush from one thing to the next to the next. Thinking deeply about something rather than acting quickly. Really think deeply. We've got Mercury retrograde. It's retrograde in Gemini in its rulership, and it's going to be retrograde until the 4th of June. So before you speak, before you say something, before you react emotionally, Can you check yourself? With Mercury retrograde, chances are you'll be able to catch something before it erupts, before it may cause pain or send out toxins that you may be really glad that you didn't say, or you didn't write, or you didn't communicate. So thinking deeply, learning to be really resilient, to be really strong in yourself. You know, when you set your mind to something, you'll be amazed at what you can do. A Mercury retrograde really encourages you to slow the thinking process. Really think about, what are my values? That's the Sun in Taurus energy. What's important to me? And how do I need to act? And can I just convince myself that I'm stronger than I realize? You've all heard the stories of when a child goes underneath a car and the mother can actually pick up the car in that moment. So this is really encouraging you to say, right, I'll work through something that might be uncomfortable. I won't make the excuse of tiredness and fatigue and all those excuses that we make. I'll face it head on. So it's about learning how to stay strong. I'm reminded of this great quote. It's an anonymous one, but it says that patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. So that might be one of the tests around this lunar eclipse. So we've got rulers. Ruler of Scorpio, co-ruler is Mars, and ruler of Taurus, the Sun, is Venus. So Venus is in Aries and Mars is in Pisces. Well, actually, they would much rather be in the opposite sign. Venus would much rather be in Pisces, where she's exalted, and Mars would like to be in Aries, where he's in rulership. So there may be misunderstandings here. There may be a need to give when you're receiving, and a need to receive when you want to give. So have some flexibility around the energy of being receptive. And Venus in Aries does not like to be receptive, but Venus by nature needs to be more receptive. And Mars doesn't much like being in Pisces because it sort of swims about in something intuitive and doesn't quite know which direction it needs to move into. So trust your intuition when it comes to taking action. Do the things that give you pleasure, which is very much Venus in Aries. And the Mars energy is about surrendering to the things that you really cannot change. This full moon is trine to Mars conjunct Neptune, which is encouraging you to trust, to have faith, and to believe in yourself. Yeah, if you can believe in yourself, you'll be amazed at what you're going to be able to accomplish. So it's a big energy. Don't be surprised if all kinds of things come out in the media, things that have been suppressed, all kinds of things going on politically. There's all sorts of things coming out in the British Parliament at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if they come to a head during this next 3 to 4 week period. So there's an intensity in the air. You can enjoy that intensity as long as you don't get obsessive and get pulled into something that is not healthy for you. So it's this discernment and using that Mercury retrograde as to when to speak, when to be silent, when to give, when to receive. So this can be an exciting time, but just get ready to leave an old skin behind. Scorpio is very transformational, so just let go of things that just aren't sticking and know that something new and fresh can come in if you will only let go of the things that are no longer working for you in your world. So I wish you a very powerful and wonderful full moon total solar eclipse. Bye for now.